Thank you, Howard. For the ones who are sitting lonely on the other side, if you don't mind, can we make it a bit intimate? Thank you. Thank you, EnergyNet, for hosting us, for arranging this thoughtful event, connecting the youth with the recruiting partner. For us, it is an honor to be sitting in front of you with my lovely colleagues here. And for me, being in Cape Town, UCT, even though it's business school, it does bring undergraduate memories because I am an alumna of University of Cape Town. I studied mechanical engineering. So it's definitely an honor. And from the ones who have spoken before me and the ones that I've networked with, I recognize that there's a number of us, right? And also I have to recognize the others from other institutions as well, right? So again, congratulations for being part of this event because it gives me a signal that you are curious to learn what opportunities exist for you within this energy sector. So for that, I think you do deserve to give yourself a hand of applause to actually be still here around this time. So as youth, you actually do have a very critical role to shape the future of energy, especially today where climate change is quite a tropical topic. And we are always talking about how to transition, right? And I think one thing that we must at least acknowledge is that each path will be different depending on where you are. One of the previous speakers obviously mentioned that, look, in South Africa, we do have abundance of coal. What do we do with it, right? And again, it cannot just be renewable technology that solves the challenge that we sit with today. We have to look at the mix. So with that, it actually offers you quite diverse opportunities that one can engage in. So now, who is Siemens Energy? So now, in terms of who we are, Siemens Energy, it is a global energy technology company, one of the leading global technology company. We are active in more than 90 countries. And as Hans mentioned this morning, we have over 90,000 employees around the globe. So you can just imagine in terms of the opportunities that exist. So once you have an opportunity to enter the industry, you actually do have a high possibility that you could actually find yourself fulfilling a role anywhere in the world, right? So now in terms of our portfolio, we are one of a very unique energy player where we are active in almost the entire energy value chain, starting from power generation, transmission, and the storage that we have touched on this morning, right? So in terms of the energy itself, just to contextualize it, we do have technology from the conventional side of things and also on the renewable side. And just to bring it home in South Africa, so our famous company, Eskom, some of their coal power generation plant, they are running with our steam turbines, our generators, our transformers, and most importantly, the brain control and instrumentation of which Bonolo specializes in. So now, in terms of our presence in South Africa, we do have a very strong presence. We do believe in growing the economy, giving back to the community, and most importantly, to invest in the youth. And Karen has been stressing since morning that private sectors, they do need to collaborate with the government, right, in terms of some of the initiatives and other stakeholders. So we do recognize that. And just to showcase some of the initiatives that we have done recently, in 2022, which is last year, right, we actually hosted a hackathon, and that hackathon was actually meant to connect us as the energy technology company and the students at high school. I had someone also asking a question of, are we just focusing on the graduates? So for us, we believe that it's not just the graduates, we have to catch it early. And the only way we can do that is if we immerse ourselves, right? So we actually did a hackathon where we gave them a challenge. And in this case, they were looking at Mpumalanga province. And if you are aware of the place, that's the home of coal. Now we've even changed the name to Emalahleni, right? That's what we call it. And basically, the challenge was for the youth to look at ways that they can transition Mpumalanga to transition to clean energy. And by just doing that, you actually trigger the thoughts of what are the possibilities, but at the same time, you also bring awareness in terms of triggering interest in the energy sector, right? So on the other hand, we do realize that, we talk of skills. How do we build these skills? And how do we take ownership of these skills, right? So for us, it was very important that we invest. So our head office is in Johannesburg, Midrand, but the last time I checked, stand to be corrected, right? We are the only original equipment manufacturer who owns a factory. And it's located in Wadeville, Johannesburg. And part of that factory, we are doing manufacturing work of new parts. We're doing repair work of the different components, saving on the generation, transmission, and basically this value chain that we've covered, right? But for us, it didn't end there. It was important that we also invest on a power academy. So we actually did an inauguration in 2021. And this power academy is meant to serve the local South Africa and Africa as a whole, right? And basically, we actually have instruction-led programs as well as the web-based training covering the energy sector. So with the legal that I've just showcased here, the opportunities are diverse. And the good thing is that it's not just limited to engineering. In that energy value chain, we do need human resources. We do need, now we talk of this new role, sustainability. We talk of sustainability. We do need lawyers. So this commercial law, you can imagine when you're handling contracts, right? As we are introducing all these technologies, we have to make sure that they are covering the environmental aspect, the quality, and the safety. So it means we also do need people in that space as well. Your supply chain, more than ever, we have to think of strategic supply chain as well. So there are also opportunities there. So just to mention the few, right? So I can go on until tomorrow, and that won't help my colleagues that are sitting next to me. So I will hand over to Lerato so that she can showcase the programs that we have.
Thank you, Bo. Hi, everyone. My name is Lerato. So I'm in the talent acquisition space, attracting young talent, mature talent, but I think my passion is definitely young talent, because I started as a graduate recruiter at KPMG. So it was all about, young talent. So that is definitely my passion. So what we'll do now, we'll take you through the different programs that we have as Siemens Energy. In terms of, like Mpo has said, we have space for everyone, let me just, and yeah, I've been with Siemens for like 8 months, so just be gentle. But we'll just Cool. All right. So in Siemens Energy, we call them, early careers in Africa. So we are very, centered up around Africa. But for today's programs that I'll be dealing with will be in South Africa as well as in Egypt that we currently have that are running. So I'll start with the apprenticeship program. The duration is 48 months, which actually includes, the 6 months, as well as part of the CFSA, the approved workplace by the relevant, accreditation body, which is the CETA that we work with in terms of that. So in here, we recruit fitters, antennas, welders, right? So what normally happens with this program is that most of our apprenticeships, they have to complete a test at the end so that they can get the right accreditation. So we have really great partners, partners of CETA, our training partners that help you to receive that accreditation, after the training program. I think Mpo did mention that we have space in Wadeville. So most of our apprenticeships are based in Wadeville to complete this, apprenticeship. And then we also have a very interesting now because we do need engineers. Sorry. Okay, engineers in training. So it really gives you an opportunity to apply your academic as well as your practical knowledge. So it's divided into different sections in terms of how the program works. We have the commissioning services, the engineering office skills that you get exposed to, as well as, on the job, exposure as well. So it is for 24 months. So those are the requirements, BSc mechanical engineering, BEng mechanical engineering, right? So we're also part of the professional body that actually helps us with this kind of program. The information is there at the bottom. The next program, we have the CAT program, because I did hear someone ask if we do cater for students, because we understand in Africa, not everybody has money to go to school and get the right qualification, right? So one of the programs that we have is the commercial advancement training, which is for 24 months, the program. So we're looking for people with mathematics and accounting. And so you go through your year 1 and your year 2. We also have like a training partner, I think twice a week. You also have to go to, you get registered as well, so that when you leave, you have a qualification as well as your experience as well. So this is one of our, greatest programs. And then we have the BET program, which is the business administration training scheme. It's for 12 months. So it covers, finance, in training, SEP training, you get exposed into that. So the entry requirements is the business science, commerce graduates, who have financial accounting, managerial accounting. So you need to get at least an average of, 60%. So we also, partner with SABPP for that. So yeah, so those are the timeline in terms of what you do in the program from January until December, and how the practicals are divided there. So yeah, so that's up. I think that's the last program we have in South Africa. And then in Egypt, Cairo, we do have a Power On summer internship. So they actually recruit for technical and non-technical students. So it happens for 2 months, this program. So we normally look for graduates who are on their final year and those who have completed as well. So most of the majors are in power, electrical, mechanical, and energy, right? And then we also do take the non-traditional. So that would be the HR, communication and finance, and, IT. So those are the programs that we look for. And in Egypt, we also have the Future Energy Graduate Program. Still the same requirements, that has not changed, but it's a 1-year program. So it normally opens up in September yearly. So there's no experience required, like mentioned earlier. So no experience. So for you to qualify for the program, so we have a lot of information in terms of, young talent or early careers. I don't know if you have a Siemens Energy bag with you. There's this code that you can scan. By scanning this, you create your own profile on our own website. So when the programs open up, you can, just apply anytime. So if you didn't get a Siemens goodie bag, make sure that you have one so that you can, capture your details there. For the guys online as well, I think on the EnergyNet platform, we do have a barcode there as well. So make sure that you are registered so that, when opportunities are available, you can just apply. Thank you so much.